Hello and welcome to another live stream with Club Danube. I am back with yet another live stream, and today we have a very exciting flight, a little island hopping going on for you guys today. And just give me a minute here to set out my audio and we'll get underway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are flying the DA62, the Diamond DA62, and it's going to be an hopping flight today between Saint Barthélemy, Princess Juliana, and Saba Airport. So I believe Saba is the has the shortest commercial runway in the world. So it's going to be it's a difficult landing even with such a small aircraft such as the DA62, which will be flying today. We have this really nice chrome and carbon livery that we're using today. Look at that. Carbon at the top, chrome at the bottom. Very nice. Anyway, first, right now we are at Saint Barthélemy, as you can see by the very characteristic slope right before the runway. And we'll be taking off on runway 10 out into the ocean. Very beautiful here. Anyway, we'll take off again out towards the ocean. We'll turn towards our left and head into Princess Juliana, which is somewhere roughly in that direction. I can show you that quickly on the VFR map. Here we are at Saint Barthélemy, that's TFFJ, and we'll go and fly into TNCM, which is Princess Juliana International. And we will, here we're taking off from runway 10, so we'll be landing into runway 28, that's right. We're not gonna come to a complete stop, it's going to be a touch and go today. A touch and go into Princess Juliana International here. And as soon as we complete that touch and go, we're going to take off again and head into TNCS, which is Saba. And we're going to come in and land from a runway direction 12. We'll land from runway direction 12, which we'll go like this and come in right here. We'll come to a complete stop in Saba because it is very short, depending on how the landing goes. If we can come to a complete stop, then that's what we'll do. If that doesn't look likely, then we'll just do a touch and go. In either case, we'll be returning back to Saint Barthélemy and landing from the opposite runway direction of, I believe, is it 28? Runway 28, that's right. We'll land in from this direction, that's over the hill. I'm sure you guys have seen videos on the internet of pilots landing over the hill, a very steep slope right before touchdown, very steep descent right before touchdown. So it will be very exciting. Two difficult landings, one at Saba, one into Saint Barthélemy, this very one we're looking at right now, and a touch and go at Princess Juliana. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this aircraft started. We have, before we start up the aircraft, let's quickly have a look at the chat. Saqib. Well, Saqib says hello. Hello, Saqib. Thank you for joining us on another stream here. And let's go ahead and begin today's flight. Now, it's important to note today's startup procedure is by no means by the book. It is just something to get us off the ground as quick as possible. In fact, I don't usually fly this aircraft. It's pretty much maybe my third flight in a row with it, so I don't really fly it. Anyway, let's go inside and get this started. Luckily for us, it's a fairly simple aircraft to operate. Today we won't be programming the flight management system, which is quite annoying in this aircraft, if I'm being honest. You have to use the knobs to input data, which is quite annoying. But we won't be doing that today because we can just fly using visual conditions. As you look, if you look around, oh, look at the detail on that rock. Very, very nice. Oh my goodness, that almost looks real, doesn't it? Anyway, we'll be flying using visual references today. The islands are very clearly visible and they're not very far from each other. We'll be flying a triangular route, so there's no need for our instruments today. That being said, let's go ahead and get this aircraft started, ladies and gentlemen. The batteries can come on here. So can the avionics masters, and the systems are initializing, as you can see. Let's go ahead and get the fuel pumps. Before we get the fuel pumps on, let's actually take the fuel control to on. We have these closed. Excellent. So to prevent cutoff. Then let's go ahead and turn on the fuel switch pump here. Engine master on.
Clear prop.
Okay. We've got our engine on the right started up. Let's do the same with our left engine here. Got our left engine started up as well. If we look right here, fuel flow is good. And we have engine started. We can turn off the fuel switch pumps. Okay, that also gets rid of this whining that you can hear. Pitot heats can come to on right now. It says low voltage here. I do not understand why it says that. But, you know, I think we're okay to go ahead and proceed. If someone knows why it says low volts over here as a warning, please do let me know. I have no idea because I don't really fly this aircraft anyway. I don't know why it says low voltage. Hopefully that goes away. Oh, just need to turn on the alternators here. My bad. The generator, or in this case it's called an alternator because it's a really tiny aircraft, was off. Now that we've switched them on, pas de problème. It was operating on battery. The systems were running on battery. Anyway, we solved that issue. And let's see, what lights do we need today? Position lights. Sure, let's turn on our taxi lights. We want a taxi after all. Strobes and landing can come on once we line up with our runway. We can actually go ahead and drop the flaps. Actually, we'll do that once we line up with our runway as well. Heat is on, fuel pumps are off, everything looking good. De-ice mode, we don't need anything today. Ice lights, nothing today. Do we need any lighting for the panel or something? Should we, let's see, this is the floodlight, this is the instrument lights. You know, we definitely don't need instrument lights, it's a bright clear day. Anyway, here we are in this beautiful aircraft. Can I just say how lovely the interior is? Look at that. Allah, thank you for that comment. Yes, we are flying the Diamond DA62 today. Very beautiful aircraft. Let me show you guys around the aircraft. Look at that. Wouldn't you love to fly in that? That is very luxurious. That is very luxurious. This is a very innovative aircraft as well. You guys can read up about it. Very, very interesting stuff. It has a turbocharged piston engine, I believe. Please do your research on that. Don't take my word for it, but that's what I think from what I've read up so far. Incredible aircraft, very efficient, easy to run. Look at it. Wow. The livery we're using today is really nice as well. Anyway, let's get back into the seat here. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. So we can now go ahead and taxi. I don't think we'll bother with using pushback today. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, we're not going to bother with using pushback today. Just going to turn this aircraft to our right and taxi out onto the runway. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's begin our flight. Parking brakes released. Throttle up slightly. We'll crack it open just to get the aircraft moving. Because it is a tight turn. There's this guy right here with a pushback. So let's just try and avoid him a little bit, although nothing will happen. We'll just cut through him, as I've done numerous times before. Let's see. We've missed him. Excellent. Shall make the turn. Try our best not to go onto the grass here. Very nice. Excellent. And now we can just give it a... open up the throttle just to let it... There we go. Let that vehicle pass. Hopefully he passes. Come on, man. Why are you ruining my taxi? Huh? Come on, man. Why is this guy ruining my taxi at this point right now? What is he doing? What is he doing? Oh, come on. Okay. We'll just cut through him right there. And it had to stop right by the stopway. You're not an aircraft. Why are you stopping at the stopway? Okay, never mind. Here we are at the runway. And you can see the airport to our right. We'll have a closer look once we land and finish today's flight. As you can see, the runway is quite short. We'll drop our gear to the takeoff position. And let's go ahead and turn off taxi lights. Turn on landing lights. Turn on our strobe lights, just to make sure that everything is good here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, before we take off, put the parking brake here, set our cruise altitude to just 2,000 feet today. We have no nav mode. We can engage VS later. Where is the flight director? Turn that on as well. Excellent, ladies and gentlemen. Let's then begin takeoff. Okay. Engine's looking good. Release brake and we have full throttle. Go for takeoff. Very, very lovely, isn't it? Okay, we have our... can begin to rotate. We are up. Oof. One thing I forgot to do was set the trim. Not a good idea. Anyway, we are up off the ground. Flaps can come up, and we're just gonna cross that island. Just about right there. That's where we took off from. Sorry about that takeoff. Forgot to set my trim. What can I say? It's very important to set trim before takeoff, and that's why, ladies and gentlemen. That is why. Okay, we won't worry about the sink. Look at that beautiful view. I'm just trying to show you the view here. So forgive my flying. Let's actually go inside. Engage autopilot, give it a PS, and then we will go outside. Take a look at the island as we fly out towards Princess Juliana. There it is. Looking very nice. Okay. Let's now fly straight towards Princess Juliana, which is right about there. Let's go back inside, have a look. Climb a little higher, actually. A quick touch and go at Princess Juliana as a practice for the difficult landing we're going to be doing in Sabah. And glad I remembered the takeoff reminded me about appropriate trimming, pitch trimming, because without it, it would be very difficult to land in Sabah. Anyway, let's head straight towards Princess Juliana. I am flying just based on visuals at this point. So yeah, Princess Juliana is here. That island right there is Sabah. That's where the Sabah airport is. I don't know the name of the island, excuse me for that. But this is Saint Bartholomew right here, where we took off from. Princess Juliana right somewhere about there. we'll be able to make visual contact, no problem. Saba there. As you can see, very, very clear day today. And the aircraft here is looking brilliant. I also like the engine noise from this aircraft. Very, very nice. Very nice, especially for a tiny aircraft like this. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Anyway, today we'll be, in case you guys are just joining or picking up on this flight, today we'll be flying from Saint Barthélemy, which we have just taken off from, right here. We will be performing a scheduled touch and go at Princess Juliana right here. And then we'll move on to Sabah Airport, which is one of the shortest commercial runways, if not the shortest commercial runway in the world. We'll land there. Then we'll take off from there, come back into Saint Barthélemy for a very difficult and dangerous over the slope approach that is quite famous now. Lots of videos on the internet, so we'll perform that as well. Now you might think flying a Diamond DA62, which will be fairly very easy to land into Sabah or Saint Barthélemy, but believe me, they are both difficult landings, even with such a small aircraft. Sabah, especially Sabah, is very, very difficult, even with this tiny aircraft. You have to get it just right. We'll be coming in near stall speed for that. And Barthélemy is difficult too, even with this aircraft. I tried Barthélemy with a TBM 930, managed to land it twice in like 5 tries. It was not a good experience. So yeah, I'll be performing this exact same island hopping with much larger aircraft to make it more fun, you know. So yeah, but for larger aircraft, I'll only probably be able to perform a touch and go at Sabah, not really a landing. So yeah, I'll probably be able to land at Princess Juliana. Obviously, I can land at Princess Juliana. There's a full-length runway, I believe. Okay, we're coming up on the island here. Gotta say, I have no idea where Princess Juliana currently is. Let's look at the range here. Ah, it's right about there. So we're going in the right direction. Just turn on heading mode here. Turn the aircraft out a little bit before we turn into the runway heading. Yes, Sakab. The Diamond DA62 is very prone to turbulence, just as is the case with smaller aircraft. I mean, it's a really, really tiny aircraft. It seats 7 people, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. Yeah, it's a 7-seater, but it seats 7 people pretty much the way how a supercar might seat 4 people. So yeah, it's a really tiny aircraft and it's very prone to turbulence. Yeah, that's true. Very little wind, and this thing, I mean, on autopilot, look at it. But it's very enjoyable and it's very, very luxurious. Look at that. Look at the interior. $1 million plane right here. Beautiful. Anyway, there's the runway, and let's disconnect the autopilot, which we just did. Throttle back down. Make our turn into that runway. Throttle this completely down, drop our gear, drop our flaps to landing position, return throttles to the halfway detent, 50%. You guys can't really see the throttle, there it is. Anyway. We might have to sit up. Obviously, I'm sitting really low in the cockpit right now. Let me trim up a little bit for landing. There is the beautiful view of Princess Juliana as we come into land here. It's touch and go, really, sorry. Touch and go. Passing very close over the mountains here. Literally skimming the treetops. Okay. This is basically a much larger scale version of the approach we'll finish with today into Saint Barthélemy. So much more tighter one, but essentially it is over the hill into the runway just like this one, but much more difficult. Oh, very detailed bridge. Let's sit up. Look at that bridge right there. Luckily we have good visuals. We don't need to sit up for this landing. Flaps are down, all the lights are looking good. Just go ahead and set this aircraft down. Get a little bit of power here. Make sure we don't sink. A bit more of power. Okay. Very nice. Let's return flaps to takeoff position. Let's continue moving through the runway at high speed here. Look at Princess Juliana on our right. Beautiful airport, full throttle. And let's actually take off right away. Okay. Here's Princess Juliana to our right. Very nice touch and go. Incredible. Let's trim down here, put the flaps up, put the gear up, trim down here, not too much. And there is Saba. So let's go ahead and let the autopilot take over here. And where is the heading bug? We have to rotate the heading to turn us to the right here. Let's climb quite briskly to reach our altitude of 2,000 feet. There is Saba, and we are slowly making our turn into Saba. There's a bit more of an adjustment there. Brilliant. Let's go outside and have a look. Sarkum, thank you for the clarification. You're welcome. You're welcome very much, and thank you for interacting here with me on the stream. I believe you're also in the last stream as well. Last couple of streams or last stream. Whatever it is, I appreciate it, and I appreciate it. As you can see, I don't have a lot of viewers, and I really appreciate you guys being on here. Thank you very much, and do subscribe and like this video. Once again, thank you, and I hope you stay with us for the brilliant ending to today's flight. I hope you enjoyed the touch and go as well. Please let me know what you thought about the touch and go. And yeah, we continue our flight to Saba. Let's have a look here at our heading. Now the flight to Saba is the longest leg, I believe. Yeah. So just tune the heading. We're going to be landing in from this direction. That is into runway 12. Yeah, runway 12. So let's just go this way for now. Yeah, let's just go straight towards that direction. Don't want to turn too much though. Anyway, while we are waiting for our aircraft to reach to our destination, let's go ahead and have a look around the aircraft. Up here, let's see, control 1, takes us to the controls. Pretty standard stuff here. Co-pilot, circuit breakers also right there. It tells you how tiny this aircraft actually is. Throttles, parking brakes, airflows, hot air entries. The usual pedestal pitch trim. Some auxiliary transfer switches. Up here we've got lighting and AC, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Control 6 gives us a nice view here over the engine. Oh look, an aircraft up there. Very nice. Control 7 gives us this view. Very nice view. This aircraft has a lot of nice views. Look at that. Control 8. Control 9 takes us back here. That's interesting. There. Let's see. What other lighting options do we have in this aircraft? Oh. Floodlights can be switched on from here. Center light can be switched on and off from here. Pilot floodlight. If I turn that on, oh, there it is. Floodlights. Very nice. And these are inoperative, but this one is not. Center light. Or cabin. Very nice. sir. And this, I believe, is the AC nozzle. This is all looking very, very good here. I believe there's some other lights. Oh, these are the floodlights over here. And these are the instrument lights for nighttime. Incredible. Okay, we are going towards Sabah. Little too off to this side, if you ask me. But you know, we do have to land into runway 12, so hopefully that's not a problem. Okay, heading towards Sabah. Right about here. Yeah, that's where we're heading. This is the island we're heading to. Let's actually tune the heading a little bit better. Turn this way. Oh, Allah has asked. Yes, Allah has asked a question here that I skipped over. My bad, Allah. I will answer your question right now. What is the cruise speed? What is the cruise speed for the Diamond DA62? I believe it can go at 220 knots. But that's at higher altitudes, and I think it can go up to 20,000 or 20, yeah, somewhere near 20,000. Do your research on this, but I believe it's somewhere near 20,000 feet, and it can go about 220 knots as your cruise speed. I hope that answers your question, and thank you for the question. Apologies for not seeing it. And, yeah. Yep. Let's now continue on our journey here. Now the island is right on this corner here. We'll luckily be able to hopefully see the airport. So you know what, let's tune the heading a little bit more. Make the aircraft turn slightly to its... Is heading mode on? Yeah, it is. It is. Why isn't it turning? Oh, it is. It is. Okay, never mind. Got misled here by the course indicator. We don't have anything programmed in the FMS here. The FMS is a very complicated one for... It's not complicated, it's just very annoying. Plus, given today's visual conditions, there is absolutely no need to use our instruments today. Hope you guys are enjoying this flight, and thank you once again for tuning in here, Club Danu. Please check out my other videos, and I'll be releasing a new video very soon, in a couple of days actually. Very exciting flight using the ATR 72-600 from Islamabad to Skardu in Pakistan. Very, very nice flight. Very challenging approach, very exciting. So make sure you guys check out that one. It's dropping very, very soon. My latest video I've dropped on my channel is the approach into KJFK using the PMDG 737. If you haven't checked that out, please check that out as well. Check out my stunt flights as well using fighters. Very, very edgy stuff. Really nice. I'll be continuing these fighter flights. I know I've been saying that over the past few live streams, but I'll get around to it. Just been a little busy of late, so we'll get around to the fighter flight, and I'll hopefully live stream that cockpit view. That'll be very, very enjoyable, exciting as well. So I'm planning that live stream, and as soon as possible, I'll make that happen. Okay, let's see whether we have actually come to the right airport here. Yes, we have TNCS. About to approach it from the other side. Let's just wait for our aircraft to come out somewhere here, and then we'll make our right turn to face the runway. Runway landing direction today is 28, I believe. Yes, it should be 28. Once again, Sabah to our right there. You can see Sabah. switched over to the co-pilot seat so you guys can take a closer look. Look at that. There it is. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the airport is right there. That's the building from the airport. The runway is right there, facing that direction. Beautiful though, isn't it? Perfect day as well. Very still water today. Yeah, very still waters, giving us a really nice reflection. Anyway, let's get back to our flight here. Okay, we can begin our heading turn now. Almost 90 degrees. Just like that, to get us turned into the runway here. Saqib or Ala or any other viewer who's online right now, welcome, and I hope you guys are really enjoying the flight here. We are turning in to perform a landing at Sabah, which is a very, very short airport. Let's just take manual control from here. Autopilot disconnected. Throttle down here. We'll drop our gear. Actually, you know what? Let's put our throttle in idle and allow the speed to bleed off. Lined up with the runway, roughly, for now. Drop gear, drop flaps, and set trim for landing. We'll drop our flaps further once we're a little closer into Sabah. Sabah is dead ahead of us, by the way. Okay, as you guys can't see, we're a little too low. We need to trim this. Okay, I think that's a little better, but we're still dropping too much. Okay, just gonna trim this a little bit more. I want to come in as flat as possible because it is very difficult to land or stop at Sabah. Okay, I'm just gonna open the throttles up here a little because we're dropping too much now. Let's actually drop our flaps towards the landing position, and we have flaps down and 3 greens on the gear as well. There we are. We are actually flying with on full throttle.
Engaging autopilot.
Nope, we've disengaged it. Coming into land, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to make as flat a landing as possible into Sabah. But there is the cliff edge to worry about. It is not at sea level. Let's actually calibrate our altimeters. Very beautiful though, isn't it? So beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. Let's focus on the landing here now. Okay. Oh my goodness. That does not look like it's going to be smooth. Okay. Okay, let's give it a bit more. Open the throttle. We have landed successfully at Sabah, and hopefully we stop, and we stopped. Oh my goodness. That was a fairly rough landing, but I am just glad that we stopped because this airport is not very merciful. It is so short. Although the landing was roughly, although the landing was quite rough, I'm glad we stopped. Trimming issues, so yeah, my bad. Anyway, I believe we landed into runway 28. Must have landed into runway 28. Okay. Anyway, let's actually go ahead and check what runway we landed at. Should have been 28. 28? Yes. No, it's 30. Oh, okay. Runway 30. It's runway 30. Hold on a minute. Why does it show us? Oh, it does, so runway 30, my bad. Okay, let's taxi into the airport here. This is by no means the end of today's flight. We will be performing our last leg. Just want to perform a quick stop here into Sabah, and we'll get off the ground in about 5 minutes. Once we just have a look around this beautiful island, we will take off and land into Bartholomew. So yeah, let's actually go ahead and turn our aircraft to the right here. And we'll actually take up the helipad and turn around on it. Just like that. There we are. We turn around on the helipad. Ready to taxi out. We'll stop here. And we will go outside and have a look at this beautiful island of Saba quickly using the drone camera before we continue on our journey here and our final leg back into St. Bartholomew. And I see that's where we took off from. Let's actually go a little higher so I can show you guys. Oh, we've got clouds forming in the distance. Hopefully this will remain clear in this dry island area. Okay, so that is not Saint Bartholomew, by the way. This is not Saint Bartholomew. But this is where Princess Juliana International Airport is. And this right here should be Saint Bartholomew. Right next to it. Okay, let's actually verify that using the VFR map right here. If we look at this, there we go. The island to. Let's have a look. So our aircraft is parked right there, which means we're facing this way when we look there. Okay, so if we look straight ahead, that is this island right here. The one we're going to go to is right here. That's St. Bartholomew. St. Bartholomew is right there. Sorry, that's Princess Juliana. St. Bartholomew is right there. Anyway, let's have a look at Saba real quickly. Look at that. Beautiful island of Saba here. I just love the rocks on this island. Anyway, let's get back here into our aircraft and take off to end our journey back where we started. A couple of solar panels here. Nice buildings. I assume this is also part of the airport here at Saba, because it does have a direct road into the airport, so I assume it is part of the airport, and so is this as well, I believe, part of the airport. This too, I believe, is part of the airport. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, here we are. Look at that. Where is the sign that says the name of the airport? I'm looking for the sign. What? I thought there was a sign here that showed us the name of the airport, and I can't seem to locate it. That's sad. I actually wanted to see the sign. Come on now. Where are you? Show me the sign. Oh, come on. I thought there's very clearly a sign in this airport that showed us the name of the airport in a really nice way, actually. Oh my goodness. I can't find it. Can't find the airport sign. Oh well. Ah, that's sad. That is sad. Slightly sad. Anyway. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, let's get back into our aircraft here. Beautiful. We have a viewer. Dylan, Tesher Dylan, I believe. Thank you very much for tuning in. Bonjour to you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comment. Let's go ahead and perform our final flight, our final leg of today's island hopping. That is to go back into Saint Barthélemy, perform that very, very difficult approach here. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll taxi out. Because the taxi is effectively really short, let's actually go ahead and just turn on our strobe lights and landing lights, you know. Push our flaps down to the takeoff position. Flaps are down, ladies and gentlemen. We'll actually taxi towards the end of runway 12, I believe. And we'll take off from runway 12. I hope you guys are enjoying today's flight. Once again, thank you so much for tuning into my live stream. I appreciate it. Thank you for encouraging me to go on here. Anyway, let's go ahead and turn around here. Finished our backtrack. Take off from runway 12 into Saint Barthélemy, or I believe Gustave III Airport. And then from here, let's perform the very interesting, very, very exciting and dangerous approach into Saint Barthélemy. Okay, landing lights are on, taxi off, all our lights are on, flaps are down, everything looking good. Throttle's looking good. Full throttle, thrust set. And let us go ahead and perform this real short takeoff here. Not getting much speed here. 60 knots, 70 knots. We'll just roll off the end of the runway, hopefully. And okay. Gear up. Give it a bit of trim here. This aircraft is so sensitive. Let's turn on the autopilot here. Flaps up here. VS on. Give it like 700 VS. Actually, you know what? Let's give it 1,000. Okay. Let's check. The island of Saint Barthélemy is off to our left here. That is the island we're going to. Saint Barthélemy. So let's actually tune our heading bug to take us in that direction here. There we are. Okay, let's fine-tune that heading a little bit more to get us on track into Saint Barthélemy. Let's have a look behind us. That is where we took off from. The island of Saba. The airport literally just disappears. That's how short that runway is. The runway is so short. We literally just took off and it's, oh god. Anyway, very beautiful. To say the least, very beautiful. Look at that. Just take a screenshot right there. Incredible. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed that landing into Saba. Not the smoothest of landings, but just lucky that we stopped in that short runway. And yeah, we did have a very smooth touch and go at Princess Juliana before that. And if you guys missed that, please, once the live stream is ended, feel free to please go ahead and check that out. Like this video as well. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach a 500 subscriber mark. Okay, we are now on our way towards Saint Barthélemy, and the approach is very, very dangerous, very risky, right over the hill. Let's continue on towards that approach here. Another long leg, but we'll be there in no time, probably like 5 minutes. We'll be there. Yeah. Let's have a look. Flaps are up, everything is up, taxi lights are off, landing lights are on, everything is looking good in the cockpit here. We're going as fast as we possibly can, and yeah, everything is looking good for now. We've reached our altitude today, 2,000 feet only. Let's continue our journey on to Saint Bartholomew. Brilliant. Look around here. Really nice. A really nice carbon and chrome livery that we're using today. This is the carbon here. Carbon fiber. And chrome at the chrome on the underside. Very nice combination, really nice. The inside is also very luxurious, like we looked at before. Very nice seating, very nice tone inside. Very luxurious leather here, or some sort of leather-like material. What I assume to be suede. Is it? Is that how you pronounce that material? I don't know. Anyway, let's have a look here. Look at that stitching. Really nice detail here on this aircraft. It's really, really beautiful. It's quite tricky to fly because of the fact that it's very sensitive to turbulence, but it doesn't take much to get it shaking. But apart from that, what a beautiful aircraft to fly. Let's have a look from the outside. Incredible. Incredible. And yeah, that is where we're heading. Probably fine-tune the heading a little bit more. Get us dead on into the middle of the island, somewhere there. That's where I believe the airport is. We have some visual markers. Effectively, two smaller islands will show up in front. That is our visual marker for the fact that whether or not we are in line with the runway landing. Can't see much right now. Yeah. Have a better look once we tune in. For now. Once again, I appreciate everybody who has dropped a comment or a chat or a question. I appreciate it very, very much. I really do. Please do like and subscribe if you like today's stream. Check out my channel. Please have a look at my videos. And I hope you enjoy this flight today. Okay. All right. We continue on our journey here to our final leg, and that is the landing into Saint Bartholomew. And with that, we can end today's island hopping. Nice short little stream today, but once we land into Saint Bartholomew, we can end today's video. It's going to be a tricky landing. Just in case we do miss the first attempt at landing, which is likely, we'll go around and attempt once again, and if we miss that, we'll just perform a landing from the ocean side, which is very straightforward, well, straightforward enough, and then we can end the stream. But hopefully we'll have a landing through the riskier side. I mean, that's what you guys want to see, right? Let's continue. Let us continue. Oh, very, very nice. Let me know what you guys think. If anyone is still watching this, Saqib or Ala or Tashar Dylan, if you guys are still here, let me know what you think. Should I perform a flight using this aircraft, which is already very susceptible to turbulence, in rough weather? Would you like to see that? I've performed a flight in rough weather in Courchevel using the TBM 930, and it was very exciting, beautiful flight, very enjoyable. So I'm considering doing that with the Diamond DA62, but the TBM is a much more powerful aircraft, although it's a single engine, it's turboprop, Pratt & Whitney, and it's bigger than the Diamond DA62, and that was very difficult to control. So what do you think? Should I perform an extreme flight using the DA62? And it will definitely be exciting, but let me know what you guys think. Okay, and we see the two islands that are visual references for us to line up here into the runway. The runway will be, I think 28 direction, I'm not sure, but it's right here, we can see it. There it is. See, we use the islands as reference and we'll roughly be in line with the runway. Okay, we have to come in near stall speed here, especially because there's a long, large and steep dip right before landing, so we'll pick up some speed on that. So we'll come in a little slow intentionally. Hopefully I don't stall this thing. It is so sensitive even while trimming, incredibly sensitive. Anyway, so I'll take manual control here. Autopilot disconnected. Let's throttle down completely. Drop our flaps by one position. Drop our flaps to take off, and gear is in transit. We have 3 green on our gear. Let's actually go ahead and drop our flaps to landing position in advance. We need a stabilized approach for this one, so I need help trimming here. Let's see, I'm trying to trim it. Oof, that is not going to help us, my goodness. Oh, trim is running away from me. Okay, there it is. I think I've got some semblance of control here. Okay, it's much better, much better. Okay, we'll also okay, for now we're good, but we'll sit up. Oh, yeah, we'll actually sit up here because yeah, it's pretty difficult. Okay, I have an idea where the runway is. So the visual markers of the islands, we're just passing them right now. We are just giving a bit more of throttle, try and stabilize this. My goodness. Give it a bit more power to enable it to climb. Just a little bit, at least hold the altitude. Okay. Coming in for the difficult approach. Oh my goodness, there it is. See the clearing right ahead of us in the bushes? That is where the runway is, and we have runway in visual, runway in sight. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The most difficult approach of the day. Probably not the most difficult landing, that was probably suburb, but definitely the most difficult approach is this one, because we look at this. Okay. Look at this. Here, everything is all good. Let's just go ahead and put this thing down, shall we? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll cut the throttle here. Okay, oh, we skid off to the left. And it was a rough landing. Probably didn't need to worry about it that much. We did have room. Nonetheless, at least we are down. Let's put our flaps up here. At least we've made a landing. Taxi on. And turn our landing lights. I'll leave it on for now. Just wait for us to exit the runway. We'll have a look at the replay soon. That landing, but it wasn't that great of a landing. Again, very difficult to trim this aircraft, and I'm not very used to it yet. Like I said, just my 3rd consecutive flight with this. Quite strange to
Engaging autopilot.
Controls feel quite strange to me anyway. Not much of a wind today. Well, there is some wind, but Yeah, that's probably why we did get pushed off the runway, but in the opposite direction. That's funny. Hard landing, but at least it wasn't too bad. Can just quickly turn here. Have a look. Oh, there are no aircrafts parked here. Saint Barthélemy, here we are at Saint Barthélemy. Let's see. Okay. How are these guys expecting me to park here? I do not have a clue. What I'll do is I'll just park right behind the bushback, which I assume is a sensible place to park an aircraft. Okay. Put the parking brake down and let's go outside. Here we are at Barthélemy. Look at that airport. It's looking very nice. Aéroport de Saint-Barthélemy. Yeah, Aéroport de Saint-Barthélemy. Very nice. Sakab, while I appreciate the comment, like butter smooth, I hope you're referring to a touch and go in Princess Juliana, because the last landing was not butter smooth, mate. It was rough. It's all, well, you can fill in the rest. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay here, just so we can have a look at that landing. You tell me, man. Was not exactly the best, but let's go ahead and rewind our flight here and we'll have a look at the replay. I've never done a replay with this particular aircraft, so it should be interesting. Hope you guys can see this without any problems.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Here we are.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Ignore the warnings.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Let's have a look at this landing right here.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Okay, this
Don't sink.
the warning is very annoying, but ignore that.
Don't sink.
Here we have our landing replay.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Oh, what a close call.
Don't sink.
Close call.
Don't sink.
I should have probably just focused on smoothing it out. Okay, that was our landing. Yeah, not the best, but you know, that was okay. That was okay. Anyway, that brings an end to today's little island hopping adventure. And let me know if you guys want to see me perform this flight with different aircrafts in more challenging weather. That would be interesting. A real test of piloting skills here. And hopefully I'll also use aircrafts that I'm more familiar with to give you guys a better landing, more exciting stuff than flying an aircraft I'm unfamiliar with. But again, once again, I'm gonna get familiar with this aircraft here, and it is really nice. It is a really nice little aircraft, especially for performing these flights into exciting but really tiny airports like Saint Barthélemy here, or accurately Aéroport de Saint Barthélemy. Hope I'm not butchering that in French, but what limited French I know, I believe that's how it's pronounced. And yeah, let's now go ahead into drone mode, and we will end today's flight. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed today's flight, and if you did, please leave a like, consider subscribing to my channel, and check out my other videos. Thank you so much for watching this live stream here with me. Thank you so much for the comments. Thank you for engaging with me. I appreciate it a lot. Keeps me motivated to continue live streaming. Let me know about what aircrafts you guys would like to see, which airports. Please do let me know. I'll be more than happy to attempt those and plan flights to those. With that, bienvenue. Oh, look at that. It has French, English, and Swedish written. Swedish? Barthélemy. Do they speak Swedish in Barthélemy? Does anyone know? It's interesting. Remy de Hana. Hana? Okay, not sure. With that, bienvenue, welcome, welcome to Saint Barthélemy, and thank you so much for watching this stream. And I'm sorry for butchering the pronunciations of these other languages. Do forgive me for that. Apart from that, hope you guys enjoyed today's flight. Just say a quick goodbye here to our aircraft. Ta-da! The Diamond DA62. Won't bother shutting it down today. Just go up to the drone view and we will end today's stream. Very nice. Saint Barthélemy. Beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.